I know the real estate market has been a hell of a pickle the last few years, and I think it'll still continue to be that way for a little bit longer. But I got three things for you to consider whether you're making a move this year in 2025, next year in 2026, or honestly, in the next 5, 10, 15 years. These ideas are something that I'm not gonna take full credit for. I follow a lot of industry leaders, I follow a lot of economic leaders, and I follow just a lot of people in this country when it comes to finances, real estate. And this is a note that I want to spread so you guys can make the best decision for yourself, but also to shed some light on a topic I feel like a lot of light has not been shed on. I believe these insights will definitely shape a new real estate market in the next 5, 10 years, but help make decisions now. The three ideologies I'm going to talk about is going to be the generational wealth and its wealth transfer, waterfront demand in this area and alongside Florida, and what creative financing could look like later on. I'll divide these ideas into chapters in the YouTube video, so if you want to skip ahead to any chapter, go ahead or stick around and watch the whole thing. First one I'm going to go over is the boomer wealth transfer. It's coming, and it's coming a little faster than I think most of us may realize. What a lot of people don't know right now is over 40% of home buyers are baby boomers, and over 50% of home sellers around the US are baby boomers. And what's even crazier to wrap my head around, they have over $19 trillion worth of real estate. That's around, if not more than 40% of the US real estate value. So why do I want to bring this point up? First, why are they the ones buying? I believe most baby boomers are buying now for multiple reasons. They have the financial ability to do so, and many have the stability to do so. The median net worth of a baby boomer is around $206,000, but the average net worth is $1.2 million. So when you take markets like where I am in Brevard, where our average home price is between $350,000 and $450,000 for a first-time home, or an average new home, or an average new construction home, or just a home in general. $1.2 million net worth, while the home is only a third of that value, the ability is there. Let's dig a little deeper, because this is what I'm really thinking. Why would many of these baby boomers buy property at such a late age? Traditionally, if the American dream years ago meant work a job 40 to 50 years, invest all your money into the stock market and hope for 8 to 10% return in your money, own the property you live in, pass it on to your kids, and live that type of life, that's fine, I respect it. But we're at that point now. Many of those American dreams that have been laid out that way are at their end point and last quarter of their life. They've done the thing. They've worked the 30, 40, 50 years. They have the 401k worth over $1 million. They have a property they own outright. So what now? Many of these people pass a property to their kids or grandkids, and many pass their wealth to their kids or grandkids. Also, anybody in that situation that still wants to get return on their money or earn more money, once you retire, it's a little tough. And it's definitely a lot more scary. The stock market needs time to return a generalized good return. I don't know many retired people day trading every day. They've trusted the system to put their money in and get a certain return out by a certain age. They can't do that anymore. At 66, 70 and onwards, you don't have the 10, 15, 20, 30 years for your money to compound and be able to use. So where can I put money that's either going to give me a little bit of a return or give me a good safety net? Probably one of the best investments in this world, real estate. I think a lot of baby boomers are turning to real estate as their second form of investment for themselves, their children, their grandchildren, and anyone else they love. So why does this matter for the future real estate market? It matters right now because that is the audience of people buying homes and selling homes. But what does it mean later on for the market? I'll say this plenty of times in my videos, I'm not an economist. I'm just a really good agent who has quite the mindset to think about our market and what could or couldn't happen. My prediction and my idea is this. If I was someone who bought a property at a late age and I plan to pass that property to my kids and pass my wealth to my kids, I would do so, sure. But now, the real estate agent looking outside and in, I unfortunately have to also think about our generation now, our Gen Zs, our millennials, everything below. Think about their mindset on home ownership and think about their mindset overall on wealth. I feel like our dreams have gotten a little crushed the last few years because of interest rates and the rate of how expensive things have gotten, where inflation has sat, but also where income has sat. I think the American dream has been very misshaped now. So this is my prediction. I'm an older gentleman. I own a $500,000 home and maybe $500,000 in assets, and I'm passing this wealth and this home down to, let's say, my grandkids. They're in their 20s, maybe late teens. Okay, what now? I already see normal markets for many years already see this happen. I feel like we're gonna see this excel a lot more. A lot of kids and a lot of grandkids that are about to have properties passed to them have no idea what to do with them and no idea how to handle them. And many, unfortunately, don't have the ability to have resources to figure that out or have the resources to even dive deeper to figure out what their best route could be. And unfortunately, sometimes we do have people that just think selfishly and say, hey, I'm just getting this thing passed to me. I'm gonna sell it. I'm gonna make the money and go on a couple trips and live my life. So you got a lot of variables working against what old man Ohm probably wants. I'm passing my property and wealth down to hopefully build generational wealth and support my family after I'm gone. My 20-year-old grandson may not be thinking the same thing, and that's fine, but I'm talking about the real estate market and how that's gonna be affected. So if my 20-year-old grandson, who has no idea how to even spell the word house, let alone handle a house, or $500,000 in stocks or however I pass it down in wealth, maybe is just ready to get that wealth. He may just sell the property, reach out to anybody he feels like reaching out to, getting the home sold, liquidating my assets, and enjoying life. If there's urgency on him wanting to do that, he may just tell this real estate agent or advisor, sell it. I don't know anything about it. Sell the thing. And if that's the case, what do we usually see? We see deals. We see deals being made, and sometimes, unfortunately, we also see value being forgotten. When I bought my home at $500,000 here in Florida, and my grandson who lives in Oklahoma, who doesn't even know how to get to Florida, sells the property. He doesn't know a single thing about it. He doesn't know the values about it. He doesn't know anything about this area or the growth or the values. He may call a random agent he found on Google and say, hey, I own this property. I don't know a single thing. I don't even want to know a single thing. Sell it. Get rid of it. I want to go on like a week. They're going to fire sale the thing. Maybe list it at 450, 400 and get done with it. What does that do for values over time? I don't think we're going to see massive change in that value of homes in this area, but we will see the deals happening. Now let's scale that way up to how many boomers are out there, how much wealth do they have, and how many good and not so good children and grandchildren are out there. So that's my prediction on that concept. And something to really consider there is, how can I take advantage or opportunities through this situation? Can I strike a deal? Can I find a way to strike a deal? Can I get myself involved with procuring some of this business? Whether you're a buyer, a seller, or an agent, there's plenty of ways to take advantage of the situation or stay educated, stay involved. Insight number 2, waterfront demand is only going up in this area. Why does that matter? Well, I'm in Brevard County in the east coast of Florida, and we have a lot of waterfront going from South Florida all the way up to North Florida and the Panhandle, and along west coast of Florida too. As Miami has grown for many years, its values have exploded. To get a beachfront property, a condo that's beachfront, a waterfront in West Palm Beach, anything in that South Florida area is crazy amount of money. Millions, if not tens of millions of dollars for something alike. But in my area, as it may not be as lively as Miami, we still have a lot of great value and great opportunity for the same type of land, same type of homes, same type of views, same type of luxury. You could still find vacant beachfront property in the low $1 million range. You can still get acreage on our riverfront or canal front for less than $1 million. And our resale homes for canal front, riverfront, oceanfront is much more affordable than Miami or West Palm Beach. Why the demand's gonna go up is because all those people down south are slowly trickling their way up. And as they demand the same type of waterfront for not tens of millions, they will find themselves in areas like ours here in Brevard County. And as their pockets run deeper than maybe our locals here, they will pay top dollar, if not more, to procure the property they really want. And we're not making any more waterfront anytime soon. On top of that, many people that buy waterfront properties, they love them and they keep them for a very long time. So the turnover rate is definitely not the normal housing turnover rate. So what's the opportunities here? If you already own Waterfront and want to continue owning the Waterfront, just know that your value is never going to diminish. It's a great long-term investment and even short-term investment. But if you're somebody who believes in the same ideology I believe, and you got the funds or you're looking to park money somewhere, the Waterfront properties in this area might be the place. Now, of course, not all Waterfront is built the same. Merritt Island has very different riverfront than Melbourne. Beachside and beach frontage is different than just normal canal frontage. Waterfront's different, but the values are all over the place. If you're looking to buy something under $1 million, there's plenty of options. If you're looking to buy something over $1 million, plenty more options. And there are definitely some desirable areas that will hold their value even more. I'm not saying we're the next Miami, but the opportunity exists to make some good money, but also park some good money in a good place while still enjoying a very peaceful lifestyle versus the action Miami brings. Insight number 3, I think creativity will be our temporary bridge until rates find their way to a nice level playing field. We've been at a 6 to 7% interest rate for almost 3 whole years. Again, I'm no economist, but I don't see that number decreasing quickly anytime soon, especially at the manner that most people want it. Most people, of course, want to see an affordable rate of a 5% or a 4%, but we're still at 6.8 as of today. What I mean by creative strategies and solutions. Pretty basic things that a lot of people overlook or forget, or just may not have the ability because the seller's a little stubborn. There are some pretty basic things that we could throw into an offer or throw into a situation that makes your home situation and home buying situation a little bit easier and a little bit more temporarily affordable. Things like 3-to-1, 2-to-1, or 1-to-1 rate buy downs, seller concessions being given, so then you can use that money to however you'd like to, permanent rate buy downs overall, or we dive into a little bit more intricate scenarios like assumable mortgages / assumable loans, or straight up seller and owner financing. Why I believe that has to be the solution that gets us across the finish line until rates are lowered is because I think a lot more people are going to be open to that. We've seen not only the least amount of buyers in the market, but the most amount of sellers in the market we've seen in over 5, 6, 7 years. When there are sellers that need to sell, options will start coming out and some desperate measures may start being opted into. A seller who originally thought they didn't want to give concessions or pay any closing costs or buy down a rate or whatever the case is, they might need to consider that when their home's been sitting on the market for a month or two and they need to sell. As we have this market and as we keep this market, solutions have to be found to make real estate transactions happen. Because every single day there are buyers that need to buy and sellers that need to sell. And how do we make the two happen? Now, I won't go into every single thing and what they meant, but simple things like concessions, closing cost coverages, buy downs, etc. Those things are day to day I still see on almost every deal I work with in some fashion. But I think more creative things like seller financing, owner financing, assumable loans, and things like that, that's where a lot of deals can happen. I think a lot of deals are capable of happening. Back to my first point, there's a lot of wealth ready to sit, but ready to pass forward. And as we see more of that happen, I believe more agents that can get more educated on the subject, more buyers and sellers that can be educated on the subject, and my love and hate relationship for digital content like this is out there more and more. I think resources will be out there more and more. If more sellers can be comfortable with seller financing and owner financing, I think we'd see an amazingly balanced market right now. And if assumable mortgages were quicker and a little bit easier to deal with, I think we'd see that way more right now. Neither have the light I believe they should, but I think given the wealth transfers that will happen, given the market we're kind of stale in, and given just resources and education being out there more and more, I think we will see it a lot more often, especially with agents like myself that almost pitch it and go out of their way to learn these concepts and also practice these concepts and done deals like this. I think they're a great solution when they make sense. So whether it's just negotiating the classic closing cost coverage, rate buy downs, or going as complicated into seller financing, owner financing, and assumable mortgages, I believe creativity will find its way into our real estate market more and more. I believe it'll be our little solution that could be a big solution if more people get comfortable with it and more people get educated with it and the resources are available. So that's my insight / prediction for the rest of the year for 2025, going into 2026, and honestly, for the next 5 to 10 years in my local market here in Florida. I also believe that's not too shabby for the whole nation. There's certain pockets and certain markets that relate to mine that probably will reciprocate the same aspect of solutions and differences in the market and happen in those different areas also. So whether you're a buyer, seller, or agent, take any of these insights as they were. Believe me or talk shit in the comments, I don't care. I love talking about these things. I love educating about these things, and I love conversing with fellow agents and professionals. I love helping buyers and sellers. However you have questions, however you want to contact me, everything you need is in the description below. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you learned something.